error with this question. I was like, bed mass, bed mass. Even if you were not, you don't really have to do this manually anyways. You just have to use your calculator. So of course, if you're doing it manually, you have to multiply before you subtract. Because it's not a translation question, and when you have more than one operation, you want to make sure and follow that mass as much as possible. So just quick and move on. Uh, 48.8. So then you do the subtraction. So I know that some persons did it manually a bit because of the answers is that. And I mean, nothing wrong with doing it manually, but at the same time, you want to make sure you have the correct answer, right? So it would have been 24, minus 24.3318. I think they said to write the answer to two decimal places. Some persons, somebody I saw had some off thing. Good morning, Shane. So of course, all you have to do is drop this. The number after 3 is less than 5, so it will just be 24.33. As I said, most persons got this correct, but I recall two persons did not follow BEDMAS, and they did the subtraction before the multiplication and didn't get it correct. Okay, so moving on from this one, I don't think nobody here have any questions about this. If you have any questions at any point, make sure and ask the question. The other one, similarly, just put snake out the tongue,
Use miss.
Yeah,
The first answer was 24.33.
correct.
Okay.
Yes. This other one, let me see, that was most persons got that one correct. Two persons got like half mark or something, or three persons. So if you're doing it in parts, you would put this in your calculator or it could be manually, but again, you consider time as just one mark they give me for this, so don't waste time. If you're using the calculator, 3.3 squared will give you 9.61. Some people put the whole thing in calculator. I myself put the whole thing in calculator pretty much as well. Seeing that the answer would be decimal places anyway. So if you put in this entire thing in the calculator, what you could do, what I would do, I would open a bracket, I'll put 3.1, close bracket squared. Then I would put a division sign afterwards, then the 6.71, and then add the 1.12. Right, so that's what I would have done if I'm putting it in the calculator. Because you could put all of this in the calculator, I just have to know which order and how to put it. And you get the answer right away. Or yes, you could probably do it like this. Yes, good morning, Kareem. And you can get it as well. So if you want to do it in parts, after you find 3.1 squared, which is 9.61 in the calculator, you can say 9.61 divided by 6.17. You get some long decimal, like who wants to be writing all them decimal figures? So I might write it till about here, because I don't want to round anything before the final answer. So I would write it to a couple of numbers to the point where I don't have to round. And then you add that to it. And you get, well, what I'm getting is 2.6775, whatever. They said the answer should be in two decimal place. So you drop these two numbers here. The number after the 7 is more than 5 or 5 or more, so you added 1 here. So some persons would have lost a piece of a mark for not rounding properly. right? So your answer is supposed to be 2.68. Does anybody have any questions about this? As I said, most persons did these correct. Because I have the book right here with the scores, so I'm looking at it at the same time. Um,
Excuse
yeah,
Miss.
yeah.
So if you have 3 point, because I saw an equation with a number and it had like, okay, if you had 3.1,
Mm-hmm.
not squared, but by the exponent was 3/2 or 2/3. That was the exponent.
3.1 with fraction exponent.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How are you supposed to go about working out that one?
Okay, so if you have um 3.1, if you have like a fraction exponent, what
Mm-hmm.
I know usually the number below will tell you is a root. So that means you have to find the root of that, and the number on top is the actual power. I have a recording on that. That's a whole class by itself, to be honest.
Okay.
Right? That's a whole class by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want, you just have to remind me because I forget. I can send you the recording. And if you still find you're not clear, which I believe you should because I did a couple of them from other students. That's like a
Okay.
whole lower school thing. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay, thanks, Miss.
you're welcome. So I saw Jade and Amisha came in. So you may realize usually I just say make sure and come on time, right? I know sometimes a lot of you would be on time. The reason why I would say that, because I just went through the first one and I'm going to go through that again. And a few persons would have gotten the first one incorrect. The first question where you had to subtract and multiply in the paper, you're supposed to follow BEDMAS or BODMAS, whichever one you just follow, which is